This is a brief story about how I got off of psychotropic medicine 8 years ago. I was on it about 25 years. I was on 3 different prescriptions, fairly light doses of 3 different medicines. I was diagnosed with schizophrenia. I had a really idealistic and stormy 4 years until I got crazier than a bed bug for about 3 or 4 months. I was tricked into the hospital, lined up for what I thought were placebos for about 5 weeks, and finally it hit me, and I was like, oh my gosh, I was on some weird trip for 3 or 4 months and really glad to be tricked into the hospital. I was sort of anti-medicine. I thought that a lot of the mentally ill people were just sensitive, gifted people that were not understood, and that medicine was not so good. But it worked for me, and I took it religiously for 25 years until I found a way to safely get off, because I only did it, was only going to do it if I could do it safely, because I didn't want to go back to that craziness, because I was completely helpless. And my life was in a wreck at that point. I was very underweight, and I couldn't even drive. I didn't even trust myself driving, and I was a cab driver, and I loved to drive, so it tells you how bad I knew I was, but I didn't know what the solution was. So I was seeing a counselor, and I got into meditation. I was smoking a lot of pot, not a lot of pot, I was smoking pot consistently, and I was starting to do meditation as a regular thing. I even smoked a little pot before some meditation. Eventually I got sober, kept up with the meditation. I met a homeopath, started taking homeopathic medicine. I might have taken the homeopathic medicine before the meditation, and I know it was before the sobriety. And then I got sober, and a counselor told me about a formula through the Braverman Clinic, which was written up in a book called the Edge Effect. And I took a questionnaire of about 200 questions, and then I took another questionnaire of about 100 questions the next week, and found out what supplements would be good for me to take to help me achieve sobriety or stability without medication. I took that plan to my GP, and she thought it was a good idea. And so after that, I cut back 25% of my medicine every 6 months, and 2 years later I was completely off of psychotropics. My family was pretty alarmed for the first couple years, 3 years. They had seen my dad get off medication and never succeed. He didn't have a backup plan. He didn't have any way of accommodating his body's extra need and his extra abilities. And so I've been sober for 10 years. I've been off psychotropics for about 8, and I feel great. I feel wonderful. I feel fine. From the What About Bob movie, I feel good, I feel great, I feel wonderful. Life's still a struggle, and I'm still into the peace army. That's the only remaining symptom of my psychosis. That's a joke. Hope you're well. Take care. Be good to yourself. Love God. Love people. Bye-bye.